Morning, Trainiacs. Morning. Just about to head out for a ride, and just like almost everyone that I hear from, I too am very much struggling with motivation. But 2 nights ago, something popped into my head that really got me psyched up. Something that I can work towards. Something that's a goal that can be done while we're in lockdown. And you can all do it too. I got things to work towards again. Let me do the bike and we'll talk. So it's just an hour and a half ride, and I did not a whole lot. 15 minutes towards the end, right at the very top end of zone 2. That has a habit of like just gradually pushing up what you can hold at that aerobic level. Also did just a little bit of scouting for these new goals that I've got to help keep us all busy. Let me get some extra hands, put things down, and we'll regroup. All right, so Trainiacs, over the last certainly 3 weeks or so, with it being now the 22nd of April, I've felt with Galveston getting canceled, with Ironman Cork now being postponed to 2021, and we're starting to see races be canceled all the way up until the end of August in Canada. So I start thinking, well, what am I working for? Why am I doing this? But I know that that's not a really good mindset to have, because then that leads to, well, why work out at all? What should I be doing? And it's a great question. I personally don't think that now is the time to be smashing yourself, because that's really hard on you mentally, physically, when you've already got enough cortisol and stress hormones going through your body and your brain with everything that's going on, that adding something on top of that, of the stress of keeping fit, is maybe going to make things worse. So what can we do that actually keeps us motivated while not digging ourselves a hole? And that's where I was in this little spiral of like, what do I do? What do I tell people to do? I think I got it. So I don't know if you follow Sam Long, but you probably follow Lionel Sanders. You might, if you're into YouTube, follow Eric Lagerstrom and Paula Findlay. All of these athletes who are in Tucson right now are taking cracks at the King of the Mountain or Queen of the Mountain jersey on Strava for the Mount Lemmon climb. It's like their quintessential climb in Tucson that everyone goes for. If you say, hey, Tucson, I'm gonna go there to ride, people say, did you do Mount Lemmon? By the way, it's freaking awesome. And I was sitting here going, man, I really wish that we had some climbs. We don't have climbs here in Winnipeg. It's so flat that the joke is actually that you can watch your dog run away for 2 days. But we do have Strava segments. Lots of them. So I started thinking, what if to stay fit, instead of working towards this big goal race that might or might not happen right now, what if I stay fit by chasing some of the biggest Strava segments that are most ridden, most sought after, the ones that everyone knows about around here, while still keeping it fun? And I got really excited by that. Let me show you what I got in mind. So what I laid out here was 5 Strava segments. And these are 5 Strava segments from west of the city, north of the city, south of the city, right in the city. These are the ones that most notably people would talk about at a coffee shop. And are these ones that are easy to get? No, not at all. And that's part of the point. What I always say is that to keep yourself motivated, it's good to have a goal that scares you just a little bit, is slightly out of the realm of what you think you're capable of doing. So what we've got here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Strava segments. We have the stats of how long they are. I've got my current place and I've got the current leader. I'm excited about this. You can do this too. So the first one here is the Tuesday, Thursday morning group ride sprint. This one. That's this here. I'm here a lot. This is where our Tuesday, Thursday ride
goes, twice a week, half the year. This is a well-traveled segment. This one's gonna be tough.
And this is gone over day after day after day by dozens of people every single time, every single day. It's a 5.53 kilometer section. That's about 3 1/3 miles. And here, let me show you down here. I am currently 6th all time on the list out of 687 athletes that have gone over and done it. My current time is 6:57, and the current time to beat is 6:23, which is occupied by a guy named Jared Spire, who locally is a really, really strong athlete. Now, in addition to that, what you see is old Coach Pat, my old coach, Patrick Peacock, got second on that same day. So what we know happened is that they had a perfect day with perfect wind, and I know this because they told me that it happened after, that they went out and they chased that segment. And that's what's gonna have to happen, because so many of these Strava KOMs are owned by people that did it in a group, or they went and did it on a day that the wind was perfect with a group. So my plan is to, because we're all doing this solo, is to do these solo, not drafting anyone, not in a pack, picking a day that has the right wind and giving myself a deadline of 2 months from now, having a crack at all of them. Now, let me give you the rundown of all the rest. The next is the Headingley Service Road eastbound. This is where I got the idea of it on a ride on the weekend because the wind was just kind of right. And I was like, I think I might be able to get the Strava segment. But I came home, checked it out, and I was really close. So this one here, 5.9 kilometers. This is somewhere around 3.6 miles roughly. And it's currently in a situation where I am 5th all time at 6 minutes, 27 seconds. But the leader, the KOM, is owned by Chris Prendergast, who is a current pro cyclist. So this isn't going to be easy. Actually, I expect to fail on this, and that's the point. It's something that you don't think you can do, but you start working on trying it. Wellington Sprint East, that's this one.
Now that's this segment here. You start by coming screaming off of this slight little downhill. That crossroad right there is the start of it, and then you go. I do all my intervals here, like the 5 to 8 minute intervals up and down here, but I've never actually had a really good, honest go at a screaming fast, like max effort interval here.
The next one, this is north of the city. This one's gonna be the hardest one for me because I'm more power and less about climbing. I have like a poor power to weight ratio at those tall ends because I'm super thick. And this one, you go around and up a bridge. So this one is gonna be no wind assisted because there is no wind that can possibly really help me unless, maybe a south wind might help me a bit. But the owner of this is a guy named Danny Bubis. I've only actually ridden this route, I think, twice, so I'm 34th out of 399. And Danny Bubis at 151, Danny is a beast on the bike. He's like a grown-ass man of 50 years old, and he is insanely talented. And the final one here is actually part of our club ride, Alter Ego, where I go and get my bikes. This is their club ride route, so Red River Drive southbound, 6.85 kilometers. So that's getting around 4 miles or so. And again, I'm low on this one because I think I've only ridden it once. I'm 91st out of 510, and it's owned by a guy called Garrett Penner. Never heard of him. 8 minutes, 43 seconds. I did actually look into his profile, and he rides a lot. So actually, second is Cale Bergman. I think he is also another pro athlete. So I got my work cut out for me. So this is gonna be tough, but actually I am fairly good at short, really punchy sections. I wanna show you just to give you an idea of what I might be able to hold. We're looking at sections of anywhere from 2 minutes to 8 and a bit. And at that 5-minute effort, the power profile on Training Peaks says that I'm somewhere around 344 watts. And I've actually never really done a lot of max 5-minute efforts. But you look at my power curve here and looking at that 10-minute to 6-minute kind of effort, I'm in the 340 kind of range. So if that's what I can hold, add in some wind and the right day, I might have a shot. But it's going to be hard. I don't expect to get all of them. Frankly, if I had one and sent a notification to one person, I'd be thrilled. So this is something that all of you can do, because the vast majority of you, unless you are in lockdown, like total lockdown, which I feel for you very much, if you can get outside and do some rides, because even I am able to ride outside now in Winterpeg. And if I can ride outside, that means the vast majority of the world can ride outside. So I don't want to just turn this channel for the next 2 months into nothing but Strava KOM attempts, but I am going to obviously share what happens in a couple of months and what we've had to change with the bike and probably with my suit, how to get aerodynamic. Am I doing the road bike? Am I doing the tri bike? All of these things I think are a really good learning experience. It's a really fun project to attempt. But here's the thing. I am not really going to change a whole lot of my training plan besides just making myself fit enough that I can go and suffer for 6 to 8 minutes. I'm not going to go on some FTP building thing, which is probably what I should be doing. But like I say, I don't think this is the time to really suffer and risk your physical and mental health at a time when really that's not the focus. But this is enough to keep me mentally engaged in staying fit enough to go out there and have a few good cracks at this. Now, I am going to share all of this on the day that I do them on Instagram. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, that's where I share now more of the day-to-day. So you can follow me at Triathlon Taren on Instagram and on Instagram stories. If you are struggling with motivation, you're able to get outside, I challenge you to create 5 local Strava segments and a goal that you want to hit for each one, and tag me in your Instagram stories with the hashtag Trainiac attempt. So there you go. That's what I'm going to keep busy with over the next couple of months. Hopefully some of you find this somewhat motivating. Follow me on Instagram at Triathlon Taren. And if all of you start coming up with your own individual Strava checklists, tag me. I want to know how it's going. This is going to be fun and painful. Later, Trainiacs. Oh, I just thought about the 9 minute. Ooh, there's going to be so much coughing.